Hey everyone, welcome to What Culture. My name is Jules Gill and I'm joined by the lovely Ash Millman,
Hello.
aka the Millman and the Gilman. And yes, we are together again for some news, movies, things.
TVs, we're just
not about
TVs.
TV shows, obviously. And there is actually a lot of news on this Tuesday morning.
Is
We've
there?
got the Zack Snyder Cut has got some movement forward. We've got the MCU and the X-Men possibly teaming up in a new way. And finally, got a funny story about Harry Potter, haven't we?
Oh, we do.
You know what that means, though?
Time to hit the jingle.
Why do you always get so confused? You know it. It's time to hit that jingle.
Here's the news delivered in a flash. Time for Jules and time for Ash.
Oh, we are back in the room, much like Nightcrawler, bamfing all over the place, which does sound really wrong, doesn't it?
Wait, bouncing?
No, bamfing. When Nightcrawler disappears, he disappears into a plume of smoke, and the noise he makes is bamf. But anyway, speaking of mutants, let's talk about the MCU mutants. Look at the way I fuse those two together.
MC Mutants.
My one was better, that's okay. So basically, Fox and Marvel obviously are going together, hand in hand,
Happily
into the
married.
sunset now. They've given them all the rights to the X-Men, and the Marvel said, thanks for absolutely butchering it with the Dark Phoenix film that absolutely bombed recently. In fact, did you know that it was Fox's lowest grossing X-Men movie ever?
I think I did because we reported it on the news.
Oh, well, look at that. Yeah, so it's not great straits for the X-Men at the moment, because obviously after having such a bad film come out, the other Disney is basically reticent to say, oh, okay, we're going to do solo projects with this and this, because obviously their big focus is the MCU. And loads of people are just going, well, how is this going to work?
Where are they?
And
What are
you
they doing?
And you know what's been lost in the mix in all of this?
New Mutants?
The New Mutants film, which, as we remember...
Yeah, that was like scheduled for summer next year now, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
it was February this year,
Yeah,
and now
so
it's summer next year.
April 2020 is when it's meant to be coming out. But originally, the first trailer was showed back in 2018.
Yeah.
Like, and let's face it, the trailer that came out was not well received. There was a lot of problems, a lot of very shoddy effects, and a lot of people were just pissed off. But then again, people love being pissed off on the internet, don't they?
Yeah, I'm quite excited for the New Mutants. I really like the stuff that they're doing with it, like the whole horror theme and all the actors that they've got in here, like Anna Taylor-Joy and
the cast is
Arya,
fantastic. But the problem is that as more and more details came out, it seemed that they were moving it further away from that horror-centric vibe and just making it into a yet another X-Men style silly action movie. But we have some good news.
Okay.
But it comes in the package of potentially bad news. I'll try to explain. So what's happening is that according to Fandom Wire, Big Kev, you know, Kevin, do you pronounce it Kevin Feige or Feige or Feige? How do you pronounce
it was Feige for a while, but then the internet told me it's not Feige. It's not, it's Feige. But
it's a shame because Feige...
I just call him Big Kev now.
Because MCU Phase 4 would have actually worked really well.
Oh,
you know what I mean? That's his fault.
Write to him, say, what are you doing?
So Feige, okay. Well,
Kevin Feige 4.
So as Fandom Wire has been reporting, Big Kev Feige has been saying that Disney and he have met with the people who have been making New Mutants film, which is obviously still on track. It's going to be distributed by Disney, but it's still was produced by Fox. And what they've done is they've come in with another series of cuts, and this time it's to take out the word mutant from all of it. Strange, considering the title is The New Mutants. But still, there is actually a reason why.
Okay.
That is because by taking out the terminology of the word mutant, and so that it's not a common parlance in that film's universe, it means that they can then introduce it in Phase 5 or beyond in a way that makes it very, very in keeping with the MCU. What they're basically doing by that is saying, the X-Men will be coming in a huge factor within the MCU because we are actually taking one of their keywords out to use it as a plot point later on. So it's good,
okay.
So it's good in the sense that they're not just suddenly going to appear and just be like, oh, mutants have always existed. It's going to be like, okay, the rise of the mutants sort of thing.
That makes sense. That would be very good, especially if they're starting off in something closed off like a psychiatric ward where they're all contained and then can be like, oh, okay, here come the mutant. Oh, yeah, that'd be really good.
There is one problem though.
Oh, no.
That is because this might actually come at the detriment of the New Mutants itself. What they might be doing by saying, okay, we're taking the word mutant out, is they're actually making that film feel very standalone. And therefore, if it's not connected to the MCU properly, and it's been sort of the last ditch effort from Fox, then it stands as a completely separate film that might not be loved by many.
Oh, it sounds like a bit of a mess. This whole thing just sounds like a bit of a mess, really.
So it's weird. We're kind of getting a big confirmation that Marvel are going to do a big push with the X-Men. but through almost a stab in the gut to the New Mutants again. I don't know. It's a strange one. I mean, I'm still very excited though because of the fact that they have said that this latest cut is actually doing really well with test audiences, and it is because of what you were saying before, which is that it's because this new cut is taking it back to its horror roots.
Yes.
So I am very keen. If we're going to drop the word mutant, they get like jump scares and tension and stuff like that. I think I would rather have
Every
that.
time they'd go to say mute, he goes mute, and then a jump scare comes out instead.
Oh God, imagine that. Do you remember the cat from Scary Movie? Or the what was Scream? Imagine every time they do that, it's just a cat appears.
Whoa!
Kitty! Damn it, man. So there we go. So that's the new MCU Mutants.
I'm using my one there. I thought you were talking
I
about
hated that.
the Mutants.
Anyway, go on.
So,
segue.
Speaking about comic book movies, I have another one on hand.
That was an easy segue.
Talking about DC's Justice League, which I know you all love. It is...
That was some pretty good whiplash effect on that paper.
She's been practicing. But yeah, talking about Justice League, that everybody knows, or here you go, I'm going to tell you about that.
Okay.
There's a fan movement for Zack Snyder's... Rob Snyder. There's a fan movement.
I'd love to see Rob Snyder's Rob Schneider. Anyway, carry on.
There's a fan movement for Zack Snyder's supercut of Justice League because when he was making it obviously got taken over by Joss Whedon because of the really unfortunate and tragic death of his daughter by suicide.
Yes.
So when Justice League was being made, that happened. Joss Whedon took over, did reshoots, and what we got was a big Frankenstein effort of the two directors' visions, which didn't really go down as well as people would have wanted. So there's lots of people saying, hey, please, we'd like to see Zack Snyder's full cut, and doing lots of good things in the community to bring that forward. So
sorry, there's a little smirk in my face just because of the fact that there's two sides of this coin. There's been some very positive people saying, like, we would like to see this, please, and being very respectful. And then we've got some people that have been at Comic-Cons and stuff like that, demanding the Zack Snyder cut and being very, let's use the word bolshy around it.
We're going to focus on the good ones because
sure.
In this little news segment, they have actually raised $15,000 for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
Ah, that's fantastic.
So everything that they're doing for it, they're kind of siding up there, please let us see the Zack Snyder cut with, here's loads of money for this charity cause as well. So they raise loads of money and then they use it for advertising on billboards and then the rest goes to suicide prevention, the American Foundation.
That's actually incredibly sweet.
Yeah.
That's a really good movement, that.
So the way that they're doing it is that I think the majority of the movement is very much attempting to do the good by both Zack Snyder and by charity as well. So they're doing well. And basically, it's got to this point where it's 2 years down the line, and Rob Liefeld, the guy behind Joker, I think, yes. He does comics anyway. He's basically given his blessing towards this sort of thing, and is wearing his Zack Snyder cut top, and is basically
cool.
his voice is now behind it as a lot more of a supportive thing than saying, we want to see it, guys, we want to see it.
I mean, to be fair, it kind of makes sense. We've the studio famously, Warner Brothers said, look, it has to come in under 2 hours. There's got to be a load of cuts. We are going to do that, and obviously the tragic issue with his daughter, like, it put a huge spin on things. But it is strange that we are now at this case where they're not really releasing the footage, because a lot of it was shot and it obviously had to be cut and changed around. And it does seem to be that Warner Brothers at this point, and I'm not doing this to bag on the Justice League because there were elements of that film that were okay. I'm just saying that it stands nothing to hurt them by putting out this cut now. In fact, it will make them a lot of money. And I hate to say it in these terms, but that's all they care about. It is.
Well, I think you do a lot of fan service as well. If they want people to come back and say, oh, DC is this big brand and everything, I think them releasing this cut and doing it that way would be a good way of doing it. Also, Jason Momoa is going around saying that he's seen it, so it definitely exists.
Yeah.
There's a whole thing about, does it exist, does it not?
And he's just like,
Yeah, Jason Momoa's like, well, I've seen it. So
he is a bit of a troll, though.
Yeah.
He wants to be.
Exactly.
But handsome troll.
If he's messing around with this, I feel like it's a bit of a dick move. So I feel like this is more of I would be more willing to believe him because of all the good stuff surrounding this movement than him just going, it exists, keep handing over money to all this sort of thing, you know what I mean?
The only thing I can think of that maybe the Warner Brothers doesn't want to do is look weak in the face of Marvel by basically saying, okay, we are going to put out a fixed version. Then it's basically admitting that there was a problem with the first film. And the MCU, on the other hand, have just gone like, well, we can release an extended cut of Avengers Endgame and it's going to do even better, you know? So, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just about saving face, maybe, for them.
They've got to suck it up.
Maybe they just want to sweep it under the rug.
They got to suck it up. Got to suck it up. DC, suck it up.
Yeah,
release the cut.
Suck on Jason. Anyway, right, carry on. What's the next one?
We're not going to dwell on that. The next one, so talking about the magic.
Is this segue?
The magical beauty of Jason Momoa to the magical school of witchcraft and wizardry. We're going to talk about. This is just a bit of stupid news for you. This is just a bit of fun. So basically, there's a Nashville school that has banned the Harry Potter series from its doors.
Why?
Because of the risk of conjuring evil spirits.
Gasp!
Magic.
It's
evil.
It's real and evil.
It's real and evil.
Have they not watched? Okay.
The films are allowed because that doesn't require. Look, right. I think the films are allowed anyway, but basically, reading the books. Let me get the quote because the quote.
Do they think it's like the Necronomicon and it's just going to sort of like summon Ash and Evil Dead? Imagine if they summon you, just
Whoa!
Like, whoa, what up, brother?
You got your curses mixed up.
God,
Hey guys.
I tell you what, I genuinely I like you, but I would hate to have a book that if I read it, you'd appear. Like just like just in the bath. Oh bloody hell, Ash!
Here I am again. Hello,
mate. Need some more suds down there. Tell you that, brother.
Not again, Jules.
Ask me the matey. Right.
Oh God, the mate. Oh God, that's bubble bath. Isn't it? I was like, what the hell are you talking about then? Anyway, so this is Reverend Dan Rehill from Nashville, Tennessee, and
can you read his name properly? Reverend Dan.
Reverend Dan Rehill, and he sent out an email to the parents of his school, basically saying, "These books present magic as both good and evil, which is not true, but in fact a clever deception." I'm stumbling because I'm still laughing.
Jesus turned water into wine, according to them. If that's not magic, then I don't know what the hell is.
That's reality. Excuse me. don't do it with the scripture. Yeah. No, irregardless of his religious beliefs and anyone else's religious beliefs, this is their beliefs about the books. So. Big respect to big respect. But the curses and spells used in the books are actual curses and spells, which, when read by a human being, risk conjuring evil spirits into the presence of the person reading the text. So it would be like me appearing, being like, "Hey guys."
That is interesting. I don't believe in ghosts.
I do.
I think it's very sad.
Where does the energy go when we get out of here?
Oh no, that I take massive amounts of peace in knowing that once I'm dead, I'm dead.
Oh, I don't know. I've got lots of stuff to do when I'm dead. I've got lots of people to spook.
Yeah, you've got stuff to do now, and yet you refuse to do it.
Well, when I'm a ghost is when I can get it done. When I'm in the eternal afterlife of running around going, "Woo," that's when I'm going to get it done.
Oh, I'm going to finally repaint my house.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll be a very helpful. You'll be Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Exactly, Casper the Painter.
I'm not entirely sure what to make of the fact that they're banning the Harry Potter books. I mean, you know what? If that's what they want to do, that's the school policy or whatever, then that is completely up to them. I feel that it's a shame that there will be kids that are growing up thinking that these sort of things have any real weight when it is fiction, in my opinion.
Well, basically it's come from an inquiry from a parent, and Rebecca Hamel, the superintendent of schools for the Catholic Diocese of Nashville.
Diocese.
I'm reading from a script. Diocese. So each pastor has canonical authority to make such decisions for his parish school.
Well, there we go.
He is well within his authority to act in that matter.
Well, there we go. That's the case closed on that one. If you don't like the books, then that's fine.
It's just a fun little thing that they've decided Harry Potter is evil and also real. But basically, CBS News reported on it, and they just put this line in it, which I had to take out because it really popped me, which is, "It is unclear if the movies have been banned since they don't require children to read spells."
I love that that's the get around. That's the get around bit. It's like, okay, it doesn't require you to read it, so that's completely fine.
Yeah.
But there we go. That's been the news. Let us know what you think about it down in the comments section below. But before you go, my friends, I hope you have a bloody fantastic Tuesday, whatever you're getting up to. And if you want to follow us, there's Gimp and a Trimp. I don't know. I didn't have a rhyming there. I don't know why I went for Gimp. You can go for @RetroJ with a 0 for myself and
@Ash Millman for me.
There we go. Thank you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.